Previously on the Special Run.
Rather wear. In my opinion, it's got to be the Adidas Glasgow. First City Series trainer to be released in 2010. Is that whether they weren't made specifically properly, or there's been a manufacturer's fault, or there's something that's gone on. So now, moving on to the Glasgow, a very, very nice track top, I must say. I actually like this badge. This badge is lovely. I am in love with this jacket, I'll be honest. It's really well made compared to the other one. The quality is pretty much night and day, no pun intended, with the colours. Sorry to the Mancunians, but the Glaswegians have beat ya. Last week I covered the Manchester and Glasgow Size City Series tracksuit tops. This week I'm going to be covering the following cities: the London, Dublin and Cardiff. And spoiler alert, I'm in love with all three. Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Special Run. I'm your host Ronnie Parsons, as you all know. Now today we've got episode 2, part 2 of my reviewing and discussion of the 2010 Size City Series track tops and jackets. As I said, last week we covered the superstar style of jackets, so with the Manchester and the Glasgow. This week we've got the Firebird track tops, so we've got the London, Dublin and Cardiff. 3 beautiful track tops, and like I said, I'm in love with all 3. And this drop includes my favourite. So let's start off with the basics. The Adidas London track top is the same colourway as the trainer, although this red is a lot more of a vibrant red than we actually saw on the trainer. The trainer is more of that pinky hue compared to this vibrant sort of flame red. So you've got jet black stripes down the arm, and then the trefoil logo is also in black to represent the black stripes and back tab from the original trainer. And then for the Dublin, it's the bog standard Adidas Dublin colours that everyone knows and loves, that royal blue and the orange stripe, with again the Adidas trefoil having an outline of the orange with the background as that royal blue, with the gold accents as the Adidas logo and the Dublin text below. And then finally we have the Adidas Cardiff jacket. Now this is the one that Lee wore when we actually went to Kew in Birmingham for the Liverpool Size City Series. So I was well aware of this jacket, and I noticed as soon as I seen it, this has been my favourite of the City Series 2010 jackets for years. I've always said this, the Cardiff is a beautiful trainer and also a beautiful track top. I think it's just because it's that combo of black and yellow. It works so well, and the difference is with this track top, it's got the yellow zips on the pockets, which the other two don't have. They're just the bog standard, same stock colour with the red and the royal blue. But the Cardiff did something different, took a leap of faith and had the yellow zips, which I think was a great choice from Size, or whoever had that idea. Well done, because it's a brilliant idea. I think it just makes it that bit more, it pops a bit more. The colours do complement each other with black and yellow. Black such that dark colour, and then the yellow such a vibrant new colour. It just homes in and it makes it look just the bollocks, really. I bet you lot thought I'd be biased towards the Birmingham jacket, but the Cardiff is getting some love too. So what are the differences and what are the similarities between these 3 track tops? Obviously the similarities, they're all the Firebird silhouette type of jacket. I don't know what the word is, but they all fit under that Firebird jacket label. And as with all the Size City Series jackets from 2010, they've all got their corresponding city underneath the Adidas patch, and on the back, just on the neck, is the 1 in 300 anniversary City Series logo. Once again, the gold detailings do not stop, with the piping around the collar and down the seam of the zip. Something about the London is that the Adidas logo inside is black compared to the others, which normally is a white, sort of a grey creamy colour, but the London decided to do it as black to match obviously the rest of the colour palette of the jacket, which I thought was a nice touch. So the Cardiff does have a lot of differences compared to the London and the Dublin track tops. Starts off with the inside label. It's the same as the Glasgow one. These were manufactured around the same time, so with the Glasgow being manufactured in July of 2010, the Cardiff was manufactured in August of 2010. So they're around the same time. So I'm reckoning with that label change, it's probably just a change that happened within Adidas itself. But something I have just noticed is that the 1 in 300 on the back, it's open is probably the word, the stitching, it's just this flimsy bit of cloth. It's weird to describe, I don't know what the actual word for that is, whereas all the other track tops, it's hidden. and it's encased in sort of a bit of polyester or something covering it so that the stitching is not visible. Whereas if you wanted to pull out the stitching from the back, you probably could with an easy rip. So that's something I imagine when you wear, it'll be quite difficult to sort of maintain. Obviously, it's not going to do much damage on the back of your neck, but you never know. It's just something that you've got to be careful of, and something that I was unaware of until 2 minutes ago. And it's the same on the inside as well. It's got that white stitching around the Adidas trefoil logo, but the Cardiff text is just covered by that thin sheet of mesh, is probably the word I'm looking for. That's something you've got to be careful of when wearing the 2010 Adidas Cardiff jacket. And another thing, when looking at the labels, the London and Dublin are made in China, like the Manchester was, but the Glasgow was made in the Philippines. So I really think that was the switch over. They must have changed manufacturer and changed factories. That's why there is these little subtle differences placed within each respective jacket. Once again, all the zips are the YKK zips, if you're interested in that. They are all a single zip, compared to this prime blue Adidas Firebird track top from 2021. This one does have a double zip that pisses me off beyond belief. So in conclusion, what is my favourite of the 3 Firebird 2010 Size City Series anniversary jackets? I think it's a no-brainer, and I think, you know, it's got to be the Cardiff. I don't mind the Dublin, don't get me wrong, and I think the London isn't really for me. I can see why people like it. Red, I'm not a big massive fan of. I like jackets that have got hints of red in and stuff like that, but a full red jacket, I just don't think I could pull that off personally for me. Whereas the Dublin and Cardiff, I'd see myself wearing both, but the Cardiff would be a staple in my wardrobe if I owned it. Lee, once again, I'm not sure you're getting this one back, mate. It really is the small details, and I say this with every single City Series stuff that I've reviewed so far, even special stuff, trainers, jackets, what have you. It is the little details that always do it for me. The gold text, the yellow zips, the yellow stripes on the side, everything. It's just perfect. And this has to be my favourite so far. So thanks for watching the second episode of me reviewing and discussing the 2010 Size Anniversary City Series jackets. Let me know down below which one's your favourite. Is it the Cardiff? Is it the Dublin? Or the London? Or is it a jacket that I've not yet covered, the Glasgow and Manchester? Or is it the jacket that I'm going to be covering in the 3rd episode? You all know what it's going to be. I've saved the best till last, the Adidas Birmingham. Make sure you stay tuned for that. It's going to be an exciting one. So thank you all for watching. Once again, thank you to Lee Mitchell for lending me the 2010 City Series jackets. I've been the Special Ron, and I'll see you at some point in the near future.